Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Serin. I was gonna go out to meet my friend and right now it's 6:45, so I just thought about this video. No, I actually have been thinking about taking this video and uploading to update my current life in my channel for a while, but I just didn't really find the right time, or I guess there's no right time for doing this, but I didn't really feel like I was ready to actually talk about this in front of my camera, but now I do. So today in this video I'm going to give you some updates, what is going on, what's new in my life and stuff. I don't think it's going to be brief, but I will try my best to make this video as brief as I can. Well, I'm just gonna give you the dump first. I am leaving Cambodia. I decided to leave Cambodia for good. That is the first news that I wanted to say in this video. Feel a lot better and light that I said that actually. I thought about this a lot, especially last year in 2021. I came to Cambodia for a relationship that I no longer have. I came to Cambodia with my ex-boyfriend at the end of October 2019, and we broke up very early 2021. No, actually we were breaking up. There was a few months of breakup period, pretty much at the end of 2020 and early 2021. I probably would have gone back to Korea. Now I'm thinking back, I probably would have done that, and I wanted to. You know, I came here for another person, a relationship that I had, and I'm not with that person anymore. That just idea gave me, oh, then what's the point of staying here? You know, what's the point of living in Cambodia anymore? I thought about it for a few weeks, I'm pretty sure, when I was going through a breakup. But then I still did decide to stay in Cambodia. Early last year it was obviously very tough because I was going through a breakup. But in general, last year it genuinely gave me a lot of hopes. It gave me a lot of love from friends that I met here, from my family as well, and I do genuinely feel so grateful that I decided to stay. There were a lot of things going on. Obviously, I just freshly came out of a 3-year-long relationship early last year. So January, February was pretty tough. And now that I look back, I didn't really know how to take care of my emotions and take care of myself in general, in terms of my mental health, in terms of my happiness, I guess. And I was extremely lonely. I was very lonely. I was depressed a lot early last year. So what I decided to do was just to start dating right away, which was not a good idea. Now that I look back, it was not a good idea at all, but I did. And I met a guy, and I instantly got infatuated because, first of all, I was not in a very good situation when it comes to my loneliness, and pretty much I think I was going through a little bit of depression, but like not severe depression. It was pretty much just me being lonely and not really being able to deal with being alone, because I had been in a relationship for 3 years and I just got out of it, and that was the longest relationship that I have ever had in my life. So I didn't really know how to deal with it. I really didn't know how to deal with my emotions and loneliness. So to me, in my head, I was just thinking, okay, I'm just gonna start dating. I'm just gonna do that. So I did, and I met a guy, and then I just got infatuated super quickly and very easily. And that also broke my heart into 2 pieces last year, which is the reason why I'm telling you it was not a good idea. But then I learned a lot from that experience, because now I know that is not a great idea from the beginning. And secondly, now I know that doesn't work for me. Maybe some for other people that works. You just get out of a long-term relationship and then you just jump onto another person. Maybe that works for you, but from that experience, I realized that it doesn't work for me at all, because it did not. I was not ready to move on to another person. I was not ready to love another person. I was not ready to be with another person, like not at all. But then I was blindsided because I was so lonely. I was engulfed with this loneliness and depressing thoughts, and I thought it was going to be a great idea just to date someone. But then I just met this guy, and then he was a very cool person to begin with, and I really liked his personality. We clicked, and from my perspective, I think we had a great connection. We talked a lot, we had a lot of great fun conversations as well. So but then that didn't last for a while, because this guy was leaving Cambodia last year. So back in my head, during this dating period, which was pretty much right after my long-term relationship, now that I confess that was not a good idea, but from that experience, I learned a lot as well. Hence, one of the reasons why I started thinking about the option to stay in Cambodia or to leave Cambodia. I'm sure there was a little bit of like some level of love, but it was mostly lust and me being super insecure, super lonely, and not really wanting to be alone. And I think that played a big role in that infatuation that I was going through last year. But then, I'm not gonna lie, I really liked this guy, and I had a very strong feeling for him. And yeah, that was pretty much my March, April, May, June, July, August, and September he left, and I was very much hurt. I felt so depressed, even more depressed compared to my breakup that I had gone through early last year. Because for me, when I just started developing this huge intense feeling for someone, and I wasn't even, the feelings were not even running out. Like, I still had that great huge feelings, but then he left. So I think in a way that's why I was struggling a lot last year emotionally. But like I said, that also gave me a great chance to think about my life in Cambodia, and if I actually want to stay here, if I actually want to move on to another chapter and everything. I was doing well though. I just moved into this lovely house last July. I started working in a new school, new students. I was meeting more new people in town. I was basically making more friends, so my life was going well. But just from the dating scene, I was not doing any good because of the, heartbreaks and breakups, and I basically went through 2 breakups last year, so not a great situation at all. Hence one of the reasons why I'm not trying to be in a relationship at all this year. I don't think I can afford to be heartbroken again. But yeah, that was off topic. Late last year, I started thinking about this a lot. This means if I wanted to stay in Cambodia or not. Back in my head, I always knew that I wanted to go back to study. But I just generally don't have any motivation to go back to Korea to study or to live. I would love to visit. I would love to visit back to Korea to see my friends and family, have a great time together during the time that I'll be taking time off from work or whatnot. I am willing to do that, but I don't think I want to go back to Korea to actually live and settle down and work there. So I had to think of some other options too. Some of my friends know this or not, but I don't know. I actually got accepted to a couple universities, well, graduate schools, couple graduate schools in the UK back in 2018. But then I was not really able to afford it because, of course, the tuition fee was really expensive, and I just freshly got out of my university, so I didn't have any savings. So I obviously couldn't manage to go to graduate school in 2018. So if you think about it, right now it's 2022 and I decided not to go to graduate school to prolong studying in 2018. So that has been 4 years of me not going back to school, even though I deep inside myself, I know I always wanted to go back to school and then study what I really feel passionate about. So I started thinking about it, and a good friend of mine slash work colleague at my school, with her I was having a genuine conversation about life plans and everything, and then she gave me some good advice, and I started thinking about it. She told me she's slightly older than me, but she also told me she also wants to go back to school, but then she said the older she gets, the harder it got for her to even reevaluate the plan to go back to school, because now she's making money. She's, I think, relatively comfortable as it seems, and she's also older than last year and the last year before as well. So I guess it really hit me hard. It really hit me hard when she said it, and I was like, well, I just turned 27 this year, and I don't think I never wanted to live in Cambodia for such a long time. I always thought to myself, okay, maximum 3 years. That would be it, and then I'll be moving to somewhere else. And so far I have lived in Cambodia over 2 years, and it's becoming 2 years and a half. And I seriously started thinking about going back to school in December last year, and right before Christmas happened, I made my decision to pursue this dream of mine that I haven't achieved yet, but I know I can. So last year, pretty much right before Christmas, I'm pretty sure it was, and I made the decision to leave Cambodia finally, and then to apply for some schools to do my master's program. And I called my parents, I called my sisters, and I told them, look, this is my plan. I am not going to be living in Cambodia any longer, and I would love to go to school. I would love to go back to graduate school. Not go back, I would love to go back. I would love to go to graduate school and do my master's program. And they were really happy for me. And as soon as I made the decision, I just started telling every single one of my friends that I decided to go back to school to do my master's. And then they were obviously really happy for me, and they are really supportive and super rooting for me, which is one of the things that I'm super grateful for in my life right now. Currently. So yeah, that was a very long story. I know I promised you that I would try my best to make this video as brief as I could, but I failed. But it's fine. So I'm leaving Cambodia. I am currently trying to go to Germany. There's only one school that I'm currently interested in, so I'm only going to apply for just one school. I know it's a risky bet because if you're applying for graduate schools, people normally apply for at least 3 to 4 different schools, which is exactly the same thing I did when I was trying to get into British graduate schools in 2018. But this time I'm quite confident. I'm pretty confident about this decision, and I've been working on it, and I feel good about it, to be honest with you. I don't know because I'm still preparing the application process. The application has started, but I'm still gathering all the documents and everything. So I am planning to complete the application process by end of next week. That would be very much of a big cornerstone of my 2022. I will complete my application process and I will wait for the results. My plan is to apply, and hopefully they get back to me about if I will ever go to Germany or not in May or maybe June. And at the end of June, my work contract here at school that I'm working for right now, it's gonna expire, and I'm planning to go back to Korea just for a few months before I start my master's program, if I ever get accepted, that's for sure. But yeah, that's my plan so far. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Last year, I'm so grateful for everything happened last year though. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really happy that I had gone through every single event and incident that I went through last year. Breakup, well, 2 breakups, technically speaking, 2 breakups, emotional turbulence, I really had that last year. But all in all, I learned my lesson. Now I clearly understand what works for me and what doesn't work for me. Thank God I did not go back to Korea. Had I ever been able to experience all these beautiful life moments in 2021 and for the last 4 months of 2022, if I ever went back to Korea, of course not. Of course not. I'm super grateful for the decision that I made last year, and for all the people who supported me around me. Now I can say this clearly, but even 2 months ago, gosh, I was not ready to talk about this. I knew I wanted to go back to school, but at the same time, I wasn't so sure if I wanted to leave Cambodia for good. I actually did apply for another school, and I got a pretty decent job offer that I eventually ended up turning down because first of all, I knew what I wanted to do. I always knew I wanted to go back to school and do my master's program. And second of all, you know, it's so tricky. As soon as I got the job offer, even though I knew I was gonna turn it down, my ability to make the best decision for myself, it was a little bit broken. So I actually had to talk to my friends here about what I was gonna do with the job offer. And a lot of them, actually all of them, they told me, you know what you want to do. You wouldn't even look back about this job offer, and you wouldn't even think about even a bit of it if you go to Germany and then do your master's. But if you stay in Cambodia, knowing the fact that you have experienced enough and you know you want to try something else, and despite the fact that you want to do something else, you stay for another couple of years and doesn't work rather than study, which is what you actually really want to do, you would regret it. Like, maybe not greatly regret it, but you will regret it. That's exactly what one of my friends here told me when I told her about the job offer that I just got from another school, and I couldn't agree with her anymore. Hence, I'm leaving. Hence, I turned the job offer. Hence, I'm trying my best to complete my application process. I'm writing my research proposal. I have already finished the letter of motivation. Now I have to well, actually to IELTS as well. Wait a second. In one of the future videos that I'll make for sure, I really genuinely want to talk about IELTS, because that was my second IELTS and I did better than the last time that I took IELTS, which was over 4 years ago. So I want to make a dedicated video about IELTS. But yeah, that's just going to be another topic, another day. But yeah, I'm working on it. I am planning to complete all the application process by at the end of next week, and I don't know. I really don't know if I will get accepted by the school or not, because I just don't know. All I can do is just, you know, try my best, complete it, and wait. And if Germany happens, then Germany happens. I'll move to Germany. If Germany doesn't happen, I will be still okay. I will find another way of doing fun and interesting things in my life, and I will keep you guys updated about it. So do not worry about that at all. Do not worry about that. But yeah, this video was just for the update that I wanted to tell you about my life right now. I'm leaving Cambodia. I'm applying for a graduate school in Germany, and I'm trying my best to complete the application process. And I'm also going back to Korea in the early July for a few months. I will keep you updated about how exactly long I will be staying in Korea. But yeah, one more reason for you to stay tuned in my channel. But anyhow, I hope you are doing really well. Don't be sick. If you get sick, take care of yourself, mentally and physically as well. And hope you're happy, hope you're well. And I just want to say, have a good evening if it's nighttime for you, and have a good morning if it's morning time for you. Alright, I will talk to you in another video about other news of my life. Okay, enjoy your day. Bye everyone.